Alright, everybody, I might as well go on and get started at this point. Dip, welcome. Jesse, yokoso, Foxes more. Zerak, welcome. And Kitsune Rogue, welcome in, guys. Welcome in, everybody. So just chatting right now. I took a nap today, and I felt really great in the beginning, and I'm, like, super zoomed in. Hold on. Whoop, there I am. There we go. So, minasan, konnichiwa. I can still see the sun here. I fell asleep on the couch for a bit by accident. Does that count? Hai, それは昼寝です. That is a nap. ゼロックさん、こんばんは。そして皆さん、こんにちは。と、こんばんはもいいですね。For me, I still see a little bit of sunlight, so I'm still going to say こんにちは for a little bit longer. Although I guess technically in this twilight, it could be こんばんは at this point. So a little bit about me right now. Hirune. Hirune, you actually you typed Hirone, by the way. Hirune is a nap. Hirune, nap. Yes, Hirune. Let me stop you right there. Jack, how was your weekend and how are you? Thank you, Rick, for asking. I am honestly a little miserable right now. For those of you that know, I even mentioned this a little bit in Kitsuneko's stream the other night. I got my COVID vaccine yesterday, my first one. And they say that the first one doesn't really knock you out that bad, but I guess I may be an exception. Because, like... what is it? Like, I felt fine this morning. I can barely move my arm though. Like, if I lift it higher than like shoulder height, it fucking hurts. But it's better what I'm feeling now instead of the real thing. So like this morning, I felt great minus my arm. So I went to get my hair cut because it's been a month and yeah, no bicep curls today. More like no pull-ups today. But then after my haircut, I went on a long walk with my doggos, and suddenly fatigue set in, like super fatigue. So I took a nap, and when I woke up, I am slightly warm. So, and that's normal, like a small fever-ish, but nothing too bad. Like other than that, I feel okay. I wanted to do today's stream, and I realized this is session 10 of our Japanese lessons, which is actually amazing. I've done 10 Japanese lessons with everybody at this point, and this is great. That being said, I'm also, for some reason, I'm super dehydrated and thirsty. Like, so I'll be, like, hydrating a lot tonight. That also being said, I'm also thirsty. But there's no help for that one. Oh my gosh. Alright. So, congrats. Yes, congrats. Alright, so before we do anything else, we're going to start with a quick review. Today we're going... I wanted to make sure everyone understood... So I'm going to start with the vocabulary, and I'm going to go through these quickly, because today... like I said, today's a very big review. We're going over everything we've learned in Chapter 2. Now, if I was using the textbook, I'd be better at assigning, like, hey, you should do this page kind of thing. And I know some of you, like, Kitsune Rogue, I believe you said you got the textbook. Do you know which edition of the textbook you got? Do you have the first, second, or third edition? The easiest hint is that the third edition has more color to it. Type your answer in chat when you're ready. Anyway, you got the third edition? Yes, the third edition's really good. Maybe, like, with the notes, I'll say, for those of you with the textbook, you can practice on this page, kind of thing. And then you can just, like, you can do that work stuff. Just got it yesterday. Yeah, I remember reading that. Alright, so I'm going to go over these words very quick. I got the first and second edition PDF. Shh. Yes, I did that too. You had Nakama. I don't recall Nakama. I know in my high school they wanted us to use the Adventures in Japanese book, but they only had the book from like the early 2000s, and it was incredibly out of date. And I hated it. Anyway, here we go. Here are our vocabulary words. Our first one, kore, this one. Sore, that one. Are, that one over there. Dore, which one? Nakama isn't too good. I actually really like the Genki book. I think I prefer I like how it builds up with grammar. Kono, for this object. Sono, that object. Ano, that object over there. Dono, which object? Then koko, here. Soko, there. Asoko, there, far away. Or over there. Doko, where? Then dare, who? Oh, I didn't do one of those. I'll have to review that one. Oishii, this is delicious. I didn't really use this one that much. Sakana, fish. Tonkatsu, pork cutlet. I did notice, like, in the practice problems on Discord, some of you typed in pork cutletto, and in Japanese, it's tonkatsu. Niku, meat. Kitsuneko-san no niku desu. Menu, for menu. Yasai, vegetable. Motto yasai o tabenasai. Like, eat more vegetables. I should take my own damn advice. Kasa, umbrella. Kaban, bag. This is probably like backpack bag. Kutsu, shoes. Saifu, wallet. Jeans, jeans. Jitensha, bicycle. Shinbun, newspaper. 誰が新聞を読みますかな? Smaho, smartphone or mobile. T-shatsu. I didn't use this word either. I should try to be better with the vocabulary, guys. Tokei, watch. Clock. Noto, notebook. Pen, pen. Boshi, hat. Hon, book. It already, I don't know why it does that. Ginko, bank. Konbini, convenience store. Toire, toilet or restroom. 誰がトイレに行きたいですか? Who wants to use the bathroom? I would have said more because I'm thirsty, but shit, I'm gonna stop there. Toshokan, library. Oh my god. Yubin kyoku, post office. Thank you, Jesse. That's the exact type of thirsty I meant. Igirisu, English, or England. Kankoku, Korea, specifically South Korea. Chugoku, China. Eigo, English, the language. Keizai, economics. Computer, computer, usually for computer science. What is North Korea? I personally don't know because we never talked about North Korea in class. We only talked about the, the more popular Korea, South Korea. I'll look that up in a moment. Business. Rekishi, history. These are all majors, and I guess I could have used these better. Okaa-san, mother. Otou-san, father. Ikura. I will be going over how to use this phrase before we do our little game today. Ikura, this is like how much. En, we talked about en. This is how they pronounce yen in Japanese when referring to money. Takai. In this case, it means expensive. It could also mean very high. The kanji for takai, for tall or high, can also be used for high school. Koko. Yes, takai. Kita Chosen for North Korea. Kita for North Chosen. Like, I guess that's Korea. Irashaimase. These are one of the phrases I will be going over in a moment. Which is welcome to our store. Onegai shimasu. I need to go over this too. Hold on, my roommate's running back. Let me close the door. Onegai shimasu. This is like, please, like, give me this, please. Hitotsu onegai shimasu. You can use this one. I'm more used to this one, o kudasai. One of these, please. This is also please give me. Like, kohi o kudasai. Please give me a coffee. Kohi o kudasai. Kare o kudasai. Ja. This is like, well, if that's the case, well then. And I'm probably going to use this like a lot more, like, ja, ikimashou. Dozo, feel free, here you go, here it is. I'm like, dozo, it's okay. Ja. Domo, another way to say thank you. You can actually combine this with arigato, like domo arigato, to make it even more polite. Those were the vocabulary words. Today, at the very end of class, I will go over the Chapter 3 vocabulary with everybody because I posted them up yesterday. And then I got admonished by Jesse, who's like, thank you, Sensei, but take care of your health, go to bed. Domo arigato. Mr. Roboto. Yes. See, I hate freaking, like, katakana. I still have to, like, stare at it a little bit, like, domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Like, yeah, like, for how many years I've been studying Japanese, I am still doing that. Now, I want to take a quick poll, and actually, how do I do a poll? How does one do a poll? What do you think was the hardest part for this chapter? Was it, and I checked this here, was it the, was it slash poll? Okay, here we go. It's plus slash poll. Do you think was... Oh, here we go. Okay. Which part of this chapter do you think was the most difficult? Was hardest? Vocabulary, numbers, this, that over there, this thing, that thing. Hold on. Kore, sore, are. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna put this up for like 5 minutes. So here's the poll, guys. Content doesn't mean guidelines. What do you mean it doesn't meet guidelines? What's wrong with my guidelines? What does it not meet? Okay, fine. I'll just do a normal. I'll just ask you guys. For Dozo. Was it spelled wrong or something? It could be. So here's the question. What part of this chapter did you think was most difficult? Did you think was most difficult? Here we go. There's my question. For some reason the poll said this isn't an eligible poll. Do this later. I was like, whatever. Okay. So was it numbers? And here, we'll look at everything we've reviewed. What was the most difficult part for this chapter? Was it numbers? And I really hope I helped with the numbers a little bit. Was it this, that, and that over there? Kore, sore, are. Was it kono, sono, ano? Was it dore, or dono? Was it koko, soko, a, soko? Was it dare no? Was it mo? And very briefly, was it like janai desu? What did you think was the most difficult part for this chapter? And though I've already seen Asanonyx's answer, which is numbers. Dore and the question words I don't use enough. I personally do not use them enough either. Like I should probably be like dore ga suki desu ka? Dare, dore, dono. Bigger numbers. Yeah, bigger numbers. Well, I'm still catching up. That's okay, Kitsunero. I'm only trying to do like at least at most 3 lessons a week. Squeaker Bun, hey Sunbun, how you doing? I'm doing a Japanese lesson. But like it seems like, what is it? For me, it's still going to be numbers. Although, I'm hoping using the color coding for you guys has helped. Like purple being man, thousands, sen being in red, hyaku being in yellow, ju being in green, and then just the normal numbers in blue. Anything above 1,000. And what personally makes it harder is that there's some values like here, like 300, sanbyaku, ropyaku, hapyaku, and then sanzen, hassen. Like there are different ways to say some of these words. Someone had said in one of the practice questions that they preferred writing their answers in kanji. And I feel that I'm the same way, by the way. I prefer writing all my answers with numbers in kanji. But especially in the beginning, if you're using kanji, I don't know if you know how to say it correctly. Especially if you typed like hasen, like this, but you say hachisen, then that would be kind of a wrong thing. It's in my opinion, I believe that numbers are one of the worst. Not necessarily the numbers themselves, it's the counters in Japanese that are so damn difficult. when we get to, we'll be getting to one of our counters soon, which is counting flat objects. Sorry, my doggy came in. Including counters in that. Yes, including counters. Like the first counter we will start practicing with is mai, and that's actually really easy. Mai is used to count flat objects, and it's kind of embarrassing when one of your like teenage girls in your high school class has counter for flat objects. It's like me, and you're just like, no comment. All right, so those were the counters. Quick question, and I know I've gone over this before. What is the difference between kore, sore, are, and dore versus kono, sono, ano, and dono? There is like one really big difference between them. Can someone state what is that one big difference between using kore, sore, are, dore and kono, sono, ano, dono? Like Jesse's put in an answer. The position of the subject. I would say yes. Kore. It would kind of be like with kore, this is the subject itself. Like kore wa, use them differently. The no requires a noun. That is correct. One set specifies an object. Yeah, like kore is kind of like what Jesse said. Kore would be the subject by itself. That's what we're talking about. We're just talking about this. Whereas kono can't be by itself. It needs an object with it. Both of these combined become the subject. So we could say like kore wa, but we can't say kono wa. We have to say kono, like kono hito wa. There has to be something connected to it. And that's a really big thing there. And we practice with like niku, jitensha, hon, kutsu. This may be a faster lesson than I thought it would be. We talked about are. Here's where we talked about which. Now here's the important thing. When you're using a question word, what must you change the particle to? When using a question word like dare, dore, dono, what must you change the particle wa into? The answer is here, but I see Fox's answer. I see Jesse's answer. Music seems kind of loud, so I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. In this case, the particle changes to ga. Now, don't confuse this with the question particle at the very end. So, like, if I were to say, this is a bicycle, kore wa jitensha desu. Kore wa jitensha desu. Yes. But if I wanted to say, like, which is a bicycle, we change that particle wa here to ga to mark that we're specifying this question. Like, dore ga jitensha desu ka? We're still using that particle ka to mark a question mark, but we replace our topic particle wa with ga here because we're using question words. This rule is going to repeat many times later. Normally we'd use it for dare also, but this requires a different verb at the end, which we have not learned yet. So when we get to that later, like dare ga imasu ka, like who is here, I'm using ga instead of dare wa. Like dore ga oishii desu ka, which is delicious. Dono kitsune ga kawaii desu ka? Actually, what does that one mean? Dono kitsune ga kawaii desu ka? Dono kitsune ga kawaii desu ka? Dono kitsune ga kawaii desu ka? Dono kitsune ga. See, I'm still using ga. Which fox is cute? Dono kitsune ga kawaii desu ka? See, I'm still using ga in the particle, but just like with the rule with dono, I need an object after it as still. But instead of saying dono kitsune wa, I'm using ga. In Pokemon, the move Thunderbolt is Juman Boruto. That's how I started with Japanese, through Pokemon. Honestly, I would like to play Pokemon in Japanese, but I'm a bit of a coward to do so. I think it would be like great, but like for me, it's the kanji the kanji and vocabulary that kill me. Like, but the thing is, if I do it, I learn. But if I don't do it, then I'm not learning either. I should really try that one day. So we did the months. We talked about ga. So like even dono saifu ga, we did that here. Dare, when we're asking, yeah, I guess it does depend on the answer. How would you answer with all of them are cute? There are many ways you could say all, like zenbu wa kawaii desu. Or zenbu ga kawaii desu would like be with emphasis. Zenbu wa kawaii desu yo, or subete wa kawaii desu yo. Subete kawaii desu. Yeah, like there are many ways. I would say like kitsune ga zenbu kawaii desu maybe. In the later games, you can choose which language you want to play it in. Yeah, subete or zenbu. Oh, that's what I thought. Because I know, like, at some point, there were some that just use hiragana only. And hiragana only is kind of difficult. Play it on stream and use it to teach something. I could. Kitsune ga zenbu kawaii desu. Kitsune ga zenbu kawaii desu. Could you also say kitsune ga zenbu bottom desu ka? Oh, ignore me. So here we have dare. So when we are talking about something that belongs to someone we don't know, you could say dare no for like whose. Like, are wa boshi desu, that is a hat over there. Whose hat is that over there? So, ano boshi wa dare no boshi desu ka? Like, dare no for like whose is this? Whose vegetable is this? Kono yasai wa dare no yasai desu ka? You could actually, like this highlighted part that I've done, dare no yasai desu ka? You could probably just use it with that. Dare no yasai desu ka? Whose vegetable is this? Dare no inu desu ka? Whose dog is this? Dare no kitsune desu ka? Whose fox is this? Just using dare no. Oh my god, my arm! You're playing Japanese Pokemon Heart Gold. Ooh, you know, Diamond and Pearl are my favorite ones. So maybe I can do Diamond and Pearl in Japanese. That would be a learning experience for everybody because my kanji recognition is still shit. Here we talked about some examples. We talked about Koko Soko Asako Doko, which is similar to what we've done before. Like the newspapers here, Shinbun wa Koko desu. And then I gave you for like the question, blank wa doko desu ka? And then, I know it's here. Let's see, what particle do we replace our topic marker with to say also in Japanese? How do we say also in Japanese? I don't think Platinum's, the remake, I think they're going to combine Platinum's story into them. Like Brilliant Pearl or something. So I will try it with the remake. Yeah, get used to the katakana. You guys are correct. We replace wa with mo. Now, in English, the word also is kind of flexible in English. We can put it like that is a book also, or that is also a book. We can put it many places, but in Japanese, it is strictly going to be replacing the particle wa. And then Furry Geek, welcome. Yokoso. So, sore mo hon desu. That is also a book. You could say that hat is my friend's hat also. Kono boshi mo watashi no tomodachi no boshi desu. So we're using mo. We're replacing the particle wa with mo. This is gonna be a constant rule when it comes to saying also in Japanese. Herufeza, yokoso ne. Takeshi-san is Japanese. Takeshi-san wa Nihonjin desu. Akira is also Japanese. Akira-san mo Nihonjin desu. And then nega desu. I liked calling this the nega desu. It was so Sailor Moon. We've learned des, which is or am in English. But the negative, this is janai desu. I highlighted this version here because this is the one we're going to be using. This is more accepted culturally nowadays. It is more formal to say ja arimasen. And someone, I think Foxes, it was you. You said, what is dewa arimasen? It's the same thing as all of these, but this is more common in writing. People would not normally say this kind of thing. Maybe if they were reading a book out loud, but this is what you would find in writing. Dewa arimasen. Ja arimasen would be the spoken version, and janai desu has become the accepted speech. I think this is janai desu is because of pop culture. But don't quote me on that. So like Foxes is not a college student. Foxes-san wa daigakusei janai desu. That's okay, Random Verigi. Thanks for hopping in though. That is not a post office. それは郵便局じゃないです. That is not a menu. This is not a menu. これはメニューじゃないです. すみません、この時計はいくらですか? その時計は3000円です. あれは魚ですか? いいえ、あれは魚じゃないです. And then I briefly went over ne and yo. Ne is very similar to ka in that it would make a sentence into a question. But when you use ne, it's implying that you're trying to get whoever you're speaking with to agree or I guess I kind of find agreement or confirm what you think you already know. So if I said, あれは魚ですね, that's fish over there, right? Or that's fish over there, isn't it? That would be more appropriate for ne. Whereas yo, kind of like that, like, right? Like, 試験は難しかったですね. Like, that test was difficult, wasn't it? Right? Yeah, like, you want them to, like, agree with you to confirm what your opinion is, I guess. あれは魚ですよ. Yo is very, like, confident. You're very sure about what you're talking about. Sometimes it can be translated to, like, an exclamation point. Like, that over there is definitely fish. You can smell it. It is definitely fish. Minasan, ちょっと待ってください. Yes, I apologize. There we go. Please correct definitely. All right, so quick. So that's the quick review. I am going to do one last lesson before we do our review game. So because I love my table so much, and this is Japanese blue, gold. At a store in Japan. Firecat, welcome in! So let's start with today's date. 今日は何曜日です。今日のデートは何ですか? What is today's date? And I'm using the wrong date, by the way. So, of course, I'm gonna put the number in, but I would like you guys to share it. No! No! Just hopping to say hi. Well, hello, Firecat. Welcome in. Kyou no date nan desu ka? Kyou no date. Don't forget the topic marker. Kyou no date wa nan desu ka? How would we start with our year? Let's start with our numbers, and I'll do my highlights for you guys again. There we go. Yes, it is the 28th. It is the last day of February. So I'm doing the highlights based on how I was using them in learning numbers. So let's say these numbers. Unfortunately, we don't have a 4 in these numbers, so this makes it a little convenient. So yes, ni sen for 2000, ni juichi for the numbers. The counter for year is ne. What is our month? What is our month? Nigatsu, correct. Nigatsu. Gatsu, our counter for months. We will be learning those very shortly, actually. And then our day. Today is the 28th of February. Ni Juhachi Nichi. Now, if it was a 4, it'd be a little bit more obnoxious, but this is fortunately, fortunately, easy for us. All right. So when at the store in Japan, you may hear many things, and I'm gonna be using some vocabulary words when it comes to at the store. Our first one I'm gonna talk about is irashaimase. Irashaimase. And I feel like Kitsuneko has probably taught this before. So some key phrases to use or know when shopping in a store in Japan. And our first one is I'm spelling it wrong. Irashaimase. Double check. Yes, irashaimase. Now this actually took me a long time to. Fox says irashaimase. You added an extra. This actually took me a long time to learn how to say. Only because of the double R and the double S. Because remember, when you have that double consonant, you kind of like hold that. You kind of like I told my high school kids, you kind of choke on that. So it's not just irashaimase. It's like irashaimase, irashaimase. Because you kind of like stagger here and here. So because if you just say there is a double R. Wait, no, there's not. You're right. Ugh, okay, it's just the double S. Irashaimase. Irashaimase. Like me trying to translate it to Romanji. Ugh. But it's like this double S. Irashaimase. See how I'm like pausing there. It's not just irashaimase. Irashaimase. Konbanwa. Irashaimase. And this is basically like, welcome to our store. Or shop. Or whatever they're doing. Irashaimase. Irashaimase. Yes, don't forget your honorifics. Yes, honorifics. Okay. But usually when you are walking into a store, you may be greeted by someone, or it could be any employee, and they'll be like, irashaimase. Honestly, what really got me to remember this word, and you may think it's silly, is that when you're playing Katamari Damashi, and you like roll a person who's working at the store, she will say, irashaimase. Or if you roll a store up into the Katamari, it will say, irashaimase. And that was like one way I remembered this. It's like, oh, we just rolled up a store, guys. But basically, welcome to our store. So some other phrases you may know. This is where we're going to start using words that we've learned before, like sumimasen, which is sumimasen. Now, what did I say? Sumimasen could be like I'm sorry, but what's a better translation for that? What did we say for sumimasen? What's a better? It's not necessarily like I'm sorry, but more like what? Yeah, like, excuse me. I think excuse me is better. Excuse me. And this is especially when you're going to ask someone a question in a Japanese store. This is where we could say, like, sumimasen. Toire wa doko desu ka? Like, cause you don't really want to bother anyone. So sumimasen, toire wa doko desu ka? Or sumimasen. Toke wa ikura desu ka? And this is where I'm gonna also introduce this. Ikura desu ka? Ikura desu ka? Mash was taken. Yep, this is how many lessons is this now? This is session 10, I believe. I do have everything on YouTube if you want to catch up on us later. Mash was taken. I'm like trying to blend it together. Mash was taken. But like using Sumimasen is very important, especially when entering a store for the first time, or if you need help. Sumimasen, toire wa doko desu ka? Sumimasen, toke wa ikura desu ka? Sumimasen, tasukete kure. Excuse me, please help me, kind of thing. Here, ikura, and I don't want it to be highlighted anymore. Google. Ikura. Why is it still highlighted? I said none. Ikura equals how much. Now when we put it together in a sentence, ikura desu ka? Like how much is this object? Now I'm using ano here to refer to something that's far away. Ano toke wa ikura desu ka? You can also use this one at a restaurant. You can say like ano ramen, kono ramen wa ikura desu ka? Or just kore wa ikura desu ka? Using ikura desu ka, it's usually asking for like how much is this? And this is where like knowing our numbers versus this, that, and there had become very important. Because at some point they may tell you like if you said like ano toke wa ikura desu ka? They may say ano toke wa 1,000,000 yen desu. Like 1,000,000 yen desu. And here, ano toke wa 1,000,000 yen desu. How much would that be? Could you guys try to write that number? Ano toke wa 1,000,000 yen desu. Ano toke wa 1,000,000 yen desu. Write that number, 1,000,000, and I'll give you guys a hint by making this purple. Ano toke wa 1,000,000 yen desu. Ano toke wa 1,000,000 yen desu. And then while you guys are trying to type that number in, just type like the Arabic numbers for that. I'll do this in. Google. And I'll take it what 1,000,000 yen desu. 1,000,000, so 10,000. It looks like most of you guys have got it correctly. Good. It's 10,000 yen. So that watch is 10,000 yen. Now, I don't remember if I showed you guys before, but an easy way to translate this into English dollars, it's not right, but it's a very good estimate. Take out the last two zeros. That watch would be like about $100. Like it's a very good estimate. Actually, hold on. I wonder. Dollar to yen. If I said it was. Yeah, it's pretty close. Pretty close. So, like I said, it's a good estimate. Like that 10,000 yen would be about $93.83. So, yeah, that's pretty good. So, $100. Now, here you have some options. How do you reply to these? How to reply to being told the price of something. Do they use that for... Totally, konbanwa. Ho, takai desu ne. Do they use a comma for their numbers? I think they do. If they're using, if they're writing the numbers left to right, they will use a comma of some sort. If they're doing it traditionally, like up to down, the kanji for like man is the marker. A yen is worth less than a penny. Hold on, let's see. So 1 penny is about 1 yen. One penny is about 1 yen. Whereas like $1 is about 100, like a little bit. That seems weird. So $1 US. The yen is that? Does this mean the yen is stronger right now? I don't understand currency sometimes. So when you're told the price, you have a few things that you could say. The first one is, "So desu ka?" Which is like, is that so? So desu ka? Is that so? More under your breath. So desu ne. This is more like, I see. So you can like you can reply, and then the other one is takai desu ne, which is that seemed expensive, right? Kind of like these are some things that you can say. So you can actually combine these, like under you can say so desu ne, takai desu ne. It'll take more yen to equal a penny. So it looks like the yen is barely stronger then. So like 1 yen is worth a little bit more than a penny. Interesting. Wait, hold on. This is why I don't teach math. Okay, so 1 penny was worth 1.06 yen, which means 1 penny is worth more than 1 yen. So desu ne. Like, so desu ne. Now, please don't be like my guild leader and call it so desu ni. So desu ni. That, like, so desu ni. Takai desu ne. Now, remember, we're using ne. Because it's like, right? If you said, like, takai desu ka, that's more of a question. Like, is that expensive versus that seems expensive, right? Just put in 1 yen. Oh, no. The yen is stronger. Because that's not even a penny. Alright, so, yeah, yen is stronger. Good to know. Interesting. 100 yen is stronger than the dollar. Interesting. I feel like I'm missing a phrase here. Let me double check. Oh, right, these. So we did takai, we did ikura. Good. The music stopped. Hold on. It's a little too quiet for me. There we go. Okay. I think it just, like, repeats again. Kind of thing. And now there's an ad. I need to find some really good... Ooh, rainy lo-fi beats. Let's do that. No copyright. Good. This sounds good. Okay. A 1 yen coin weighs less than a penny. Alright, so, like... If I were to put this into dialogue, it'd be kind of like... Sumimasen, あの時計はいくらですか? あの時計は1万円です. そうですか. 高いですね. Is that so? That seems expensive. At which point, the shopkeeper may be like, demo, like, but, その時計, and then, or like, この時計, and they'll hold one up. この時計は、5000円です. Like, and then they may give you an alternative kind of thing. So, here. I'm gonna combine all this dialogue again. I'm gonna ignore the toilet one real quick. That was just an example of that, like, at a store we should probably use Sumimasen. So let's try this. We're gonna say, we have... made up skit desu. Kara wa? Let's use, we have, shopper. And this will be foxes. Foxes will be the shopper. Then we have shopkeeper. And this will be, Xerox-san. Although I don't necessarily need your names here, to be honest. Why did it change your name? Oh, it's not here. Google's like, we don't like your name, Foxes. Foxes-san. All right, so let's say we'll start here with foxes. Sumimasen. Sumimasen. Kono. Menu wa doko desu ka? In fact, we'll change shopkeeper to waiter. And then Fox will be a hungry fox. Sumimasen, menu wa doko desu ka? Oh my god. So maybe he's been sitting and Zarek's actually not doing his job correctly. So he I think, you know, you should have had a menu when you walked in, but okay. This is where I'm going to add a phrase here. Zarek, excuse? In which case, Foxes was asking, excuse me. Now, how would you say, like, I'm sorry? What would I'm sorry be? And this is actually I'm kind of bringing in what Kitsuneko was teaching you guys the other day. How would you say, like, I'm sorry? Taking points off. There we go. Gomen nasai. So we can say, like, gomen nasai. Menu o dozo. Now, I added this phrase here. Something o dozo. Gomen nasai. Menu o dozo. So I've added o dozo. What does remember in our vocabulary when we have dozo. In this case, what are we talking about? I've added particle o here. Do not worry about this just yet. In fact, I'm going to unhighlight that. Menu o dozo. So in English, excuse me, where is the menu? It definitely has multiple meanings. But in this case, I'm sorry. In this case, what would this mean? Menu o dozo. Menu o dozo. And then I'll go back to... Yes, here is the menu. Here's the menu. In this case, like, here it is. It could also be like, please. Like, dozo, please. Feel free to. Here is the menu. Now, Foxes finally has a menu. So how we're still being very polite here. Because we're imagining that Foxes is a guest. You don't know who the waiter is. So you're still going to be pretty kind. It's expected that you be, like, polite, respectful with the way you speak. So you want to thank him for the menu. So how would we first say thank you? What is the correct way of saying thank you to Zarek for finally giving you a menu? yeah, there we go. Arigatou gozaimasu. So we're gonna start with arigatou gozaimasu. And then I'm gonna do kore wa niku desu ka? So, thank you. Kore wa niku desu ka? Our menu is displayed before you get in. Well, maybe Foxes can't see it. Maybe Foxes is, like, colorblind or something. I don't know. Just go along with the story. So what are we asking now? Like, kore wa niku desu ka? Kore wa niku desu ka? Is this meat? I also forgot. Zarek would probably start with irashaimase, which is welcome to our store, or welcome to our restaurant. No. It's only because of the particle you're using. I haven't taught the particle yet. It's a very good try, though. You're really, 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 really close. Yes, there you go. Niku o tabenai. I don't eat meat. これは肉ですか? So we'll do this. Thank you. Is this meat? And we'll continue with that. Yeah, particles are something you have to get used to. Zerko could say, いいえ。それは野菜です。いいですか? いいえ。それは野菜です。いいですか? And I'm adding something here too. いいですか? No. No, that is vegetable. いいですか? Who knows what this one means? いいですか? いいですか?いいですか? Is that okay? Yes. Is that okay? In this case, the E, which usually means good, this would be like, is that okay? Is that good? And then we'll say, foxes could say like, はい、いいですよ. I'm gonna add a word here. この食べ物をください. はい、いいですよ. この食べ物をください. This is part of our vocabulary. この食べ物をください. And then Fergie, thank you. I was about to. I'm getting thirsty again. Multiple types of thirsty. Do you always have to say des yo? No, you could say hai I des. I'm only using yo as like for practice. In fact, like this. Platter boy is always on duty. So hi, which is yes. I don't want this highlighted. There you go. Yes. That is... In this case, E kind of turns to like, that is great. Yes, that's great. Because maybe, let's say, like, foxes doesn't eat meat. Kono tabemono. Now, tabemono means food. What does that mean with kono tabemono? Kono tabemono? If tabemono means food. Kono tabemono. Break this apart first. Kono tabemono. This food, yep. This food. Now, this is one of the phrases I want us to know. O kudasai. Where is it? O kudasai. Please give me. Please give me. So, please give me this food. The kono tabemono o kudasai. So, if we do this from the beginning, like, いらっしゃいませ. すみません、メニューはどこですか? あ、ごめんなさい。メニューをどうぞ。ありがとうございます。これは肉ですか? いいえ、それは野菜です。いいですか? はい、いいですよ。この食べ物をください. So, let me make sure I'm not highlighting again. Good. はい。いいですよ。この食べ物をください。ピザこのピザはおいしいです。野菜ピザです。So vegetable pizza. Now, this is where, like, this is also like, その食べ物は7600円です。その食べ物は7600円です。What does this mean? その食べ物は7600円です。What does that mean? その食べ物は7600円です。I like the sticker, or the sticker. This food is 7,600 yen. This dish is 高すぎ。高すぎですよ. It is 高すぎる. I don't actually 高すぎる. 高すぎです. I need to learn numbers again. Yes, the numbers have always been the hard part. Alright, doggy, do you want out here? Go, bye. Bye, puppy. 高すぎます. And Foxes will be like, そうですか? 高いですね. じゃあ、さよなら。そうですか? 高いですね. じゃあ、さよなら。What does this mean? そうですか? This was obviously a very fancy restaurant. I know, Fox, you should have known. Alright, so, そうですか? 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 Is that so? Is that so? That's expensive, right? And then what was ja? Ja. Then, if that's the case. So, like, if that's the case. Bye! That's expensive, right? Really, that's expensive, don't you think? Well then, bye. Peace out, bitch. Or something like that. So, we actually put, like, in this... Waiter not even using very formal speech. Well, we haven't learned that much yet. It's like, それは野菜でいらっしゃいます。いいでいらっしゃいますか? I would pay to watch this play. Alright, so here we go. So in the beginning, we're using the words and the phrases that I'm trying to get you guys to know. So our first one, いらっしゃいませ. Welcome to our restaurant. Sumimasen. メニューはどこですか? あ、ごめんなさい。メニューをどうぞ。ありがとうございます。これは肉ですか? Obviously pointing at the menu, by the way. いいえ、それは野菜です。いいですか? はい、いいですよ。この食べ物をください。その食べ物は7600円です。そうですか。高いですね。じゃあ、さようなら。Like, everything in this play, like, in just this brief skit, these are all the things that we've gone over. So I'm hoping, I'm going to do it one more time, and I'm hoping that you guys were able to, like, understand this. Since we've got, like... This is where I'm like... Yeah, it was a good way to use everything from Chapter 2. This is like... It was like lessons like this and skits like this that made me realize, especially at the high school, that my students are finally starting to understand how to speak and say and listen to Japanese. And I think for them, and Kodili, you could probably say yes or no to this. I think for them, they were both relieved or finally happy that they were kind of starting to understand this language because they really wanted to know it. Because I know your previous teacher's like, here's a worksheet, do worksheet, and then she'd fall asleep. I mean, she was a nice person, but still, like, she shouldn't fall asleep in the classroom. But, like, skits like this, I had the kids make their own skit using everything from Chapter 2. That was their project, this unit. Like, Chapter 1, it was their self-introduction. This one was to create a skit. I think next chapter, I forget what how'd you guys do for Chapter 3. She literally just gave us packets and told us to do it, and then we didn't even know how, so I always went to my mom for help. And everyone asks you for answers too. Just like, it's like, just because you're Japanese doesn't mean you know the answers either. For those of you in here, Kota Lee was one of my students in high school when I taught. I'm actually kind of sad. This is you're graduating this year, and I can't go to it because of COVID. Like wait, did you graduate? Are you graduating this year or was that last year? Either way, I feel bad because I can't go to it. I know, like, Caitlin wanted me to go to the graduation. Like, some of the others wanted me to, and I'm like, oh, it's this year? I'm hoping we are in person so you can have a real graduation, not some drive-by graduation. Like, it's so, like, high school graduation's so important, in my opinion. They are quote-unquote reopening in April. It depends on a lot of things if we open in April. Kind of thing. That means you get no prom this year either. Although I think most of my students wouldn't have gone to prom anyway. Alright, so I'll read this one more time. So, いらっしゃいませ。すみません。メニューはどこですか？あ、ごめんなさい。メニューをどうぞ。ありがとうございます。これは肉ですか？いいえ、それは野菜です。いいですか？はい、いいですよ。この食べ物をください。その食べ物は7600円です。そうですか？高いですね。じゃあ、さよなら。What's a prom? Is it a vegetable? Prom は野菜ですか？Prom は何ですか？野菜ですか？Prom はダンスです。Alright, any questions before we finally... I know, this actually took longer than I thought it would, this review, and I'm kind of glad we did this. So what we're going to do next... I'll take a few questions. If no one has questions... where is this? For the future, I would ask you to pause a little between the sentence because I tried to repeat... Oh, okay. We'll try it one more time then. So, for this one. いらっしゃいませ。いらっしゃいませ。すみません。メニューはどこですか？すみません。メニューはどこですか？あ、ごめんなさい。メニューをどうぞ。あ、ごめんなさい。メニューをどうぞ。Actually, this should be... How do you do small Sue again? Oh, no. There you go. Altsu? Or Xu? Okay. あ、ごめんなさい。メニューをどうぞ。ありがとうございます。これは肉ですか？ありがとうございます。これは肉ですか？いいえ、それは野菜です。いいですか？いいえ、それは野菜です。いいですか？はい、いいですよ。この食べ物をください。 はい、いいですよ。この食べ物をください。その食べ物は7600円です。And I'm taking this one slowly because of the numbers. その食べ物は7600円です。そうですか。高いですね。じゃあ、さようなら。そうですか。高いですね。じゃあ、さようなら。What's the difference between and And I kind of voiced it out. One is like versus and one is used more for a surprise kind of thing. If you just use by itself, it's like versus kind of thing. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I see that there are about 17 of you in here, so this may be kind of entertaining. Let's see. We're gonna do a Kahoot! And this will be how we review what we've learned. So, to join with the Kahoot, I set the timer for each question for 1 minute. So, I know some of you have some stream delay. Or second place after I went, oh my god, foxes. I know, what was I going to say? I know there's a stream delay, so I set each question to be for about 1 minute. So, in order to play, we're going to go here first. There we go. Click that link to join into the Kahoot. It will ask you to put at the game pin, which is this number up here at the very top. Make sure you're using your Twitch name, so if you are a winner, I guess Foxes will be giving you a gift sub, maybe. Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Say, Codily, Foxes. And I'll wait quite a bit for some people to join, because I know, like, it does take some time for you guys to... There's Jesse. We have 3. I think we had, like, 5, 6 people do this last time. Zeroku. Asinonix. Why is the PogChamp a lizard today? No, Telegram, no. No, no. There we go. Okay, good. I know the original guy had some controversy. I was just more like, why use a lizard today? You know who should be the PogChamp? Here, I'm gonna try to find this picture. This should be the PogChamp face right here. That should be the PogChamp face, guys. Who agrees? This should be the PogChamp face. Yes! I love her. I'm gonna keep this in the corner because I want that. That should be the PogChamp face. You still want the cat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Anyone else want to join in with the Kahoot? I'll put the link in the chat again. Jack the 47 Pog win. I'll have to make one. I'm gonna save that Pog later. Coyote's getting on their phone. Excuse me. So, something I learned about Kahoot is that it doesn't put the answers on your screen. Instead, it just gives you the color and the icons. So, I will be, like I said, you guys have like 1 minute to answer these questions. But I will be reading them out loud. Some of these questions will ask you to type in an answer, though. Actually, I may have removed them. I'm not sure yet. Some of them may also ask you to rearrange a few things, too. So yes, I paid the $75 to get the good Kahoot. I should be reimbursed from my school, but whatever. There's some Coyote. I think we're good. I know there are more of you watching. That's pretty good. So let's see. How do we do? Here we go. Chapter 2 game. San, ni, ich. No need to answer this time. But let's put everything we've learned together and play a game. Tiger Sensei's Japanese 1, Chapter 2 Kahoot. Woohoo! Gambatte ne. Here we go. Which means 3,521. Which one means 3,521? Is it trying? Red. San, sen, go, ni, ichi. San, go, ni, ichi. Sanzen, go, hyaku, ni, ichi. Or sanzen, go, hyaku, ni, juichi. The music is so scary this time around. I think we're waiting on one more, which means 3,521. San, sen, go, ni, ichi. San, go, ni, ichi. Sanzen, go, hyaku, ni, ichi. Sanzen, go, hyaku, ni, juichi. I know numbers. I think we're missing one more answer. Ah, so close. Sanzen, go, hyaku, ni, juichi. What was missing from number, the yellow was ni, ichi. We're missing the ju for the 20. There we go. Alright, number 3. Which number reads as 19,805? Some Coyote, thanks for the bits.
Here's a start on the reimbursement.
Thanks. Which number reads as 19,805? Kalta, welcome in. Ichi, man, kyu, sen, hachi, hyaku, go. Kyu, sen, hachi, hyaku, go. Ichi, kyu, hachi, zero, go. Or ichi, man, kyu, sen, hapyaku, go. And Kalta, if you're just hopping in, if you'd like to join in on the game, here's the link to it. The code number to join is 7359523. Again, which number reads as 19,805? Ichi, man, kyu, sen, hachi, hyaku, go. Kyu, sen, hachi, hyaku, go. I'm not gonna have time to finish. Ichi, kyu, hachi, zero, go. Or ichi, man, kyu, sen, hapyaku, go. Yes, the hachi hyaku was what probably threw you off. It's hapyaku for 800. Ooh, Coyote's going up. You're just here to spectate. Okay. The codes are there in the chat again, should you want them. Alright, here we go. Type the answer. Type in this number. Separate all the words in Romanji. This won't register the kanji yet. You must use Romanji. The number is 642. Players, type in your answer. Separate each word, by the way. You cannot separate 600, by the way. So type in your answer in Romanji. You can use hiragana, which may be easier if you know it. 642. 642. And if you miss this one, that's okay. I'm still testing how this type in your answer works. $642. Remember, it won't recognize the kanji. 642. So if you wrote kanji, it's not going to recognize it just yet. And I did that on purpose. Because if you write it in kanji, I don't know if you know how to say 600 correctly. So even if the kanji was correct, I can't tell if you know how to say the 600 number correctly yet. So the correct answer, 642. I wrote Ju for Ju. That I would say that would be correct also, Zarek. But like I said, I'm testing how this type in the answers work. Jesse and foxes. Alright, here's the next one. Puzzle! Put this in order. That is 500 yen. That is 500 yen. Put this in the correct order. Go. This should be hyaku. I spelled it wrong. So go 100 yen wa sore desu. Put it in the correct order. So yeah, I spelled this wrong. I apologize. This should be go 100 yen. Go 100 yen wa sore desu. Sore wa 500 yen desu. Yeah, minus 1 point for me. それは500円です. I actually like this one. I kind of wish it'd give you more than just put these. Lycos, I see you lurking. What do you mean you would have gotten all these questions correctly? Alright, Lycos, see you later. Yes, and next, moving on up. Alright, number 6. Which phrase means that teacher over there is Mr. Yamamura? Even though there's a picture of a lady. I apologize. So, no sensei wa Yamamura sensei desu. Are wa Yamamura sensei desu. Ano sensei wa Yamamura sensei desu. Yamamura sensei wa Asoko desu. Remember the phrase, that teacher over there is Miss Yamamura. So, no sensei wa Yamamura sensei desu. Are wa Yamamura sensei desu. Ano sensei wa Yamamura sensei desu. Yamamura sensei wa Asoko desu. Ooh. Ooh, this one was split all over the place. Here, I'll explain. The key word here was over there. That teacher over there. Teacher's also connected with that. So, Ano sensei was the one you would have to use. Because we connected that teacher. We're not just talking about, that is Miss Yamamura. We're saying that teacher, keyword over there, is Miss Yamamura. So, Sono was wrong, because Sono would be like that right next to you. Are wa Yamamura sensei desu could work, but that's not the direct translation we were looking for. Ano sensei wa Yamamura sensei desu was the correct answer. Yamamura sensei wa Asoko desu. Yamamura sensei is over there. This would be more of her location, but I was being specific. That teacher over there. Any questions on this one? Because this one, the answers are pretty split. Comments? Questions? For those of you that got it incorrect, do you understand why you got it incorrect? I guess that's what I'm trying to ask. No comment? Okay, we'll move on. Scoreboard. Jesse's going on up there. Number 7. Which sentence means, what is that? Which sentence means, what is that? これは何ですか? あれは何ですか? それは何ですか? そこは何ですか? Which sentence means, what is that? これは何ですか? あれは何ですか? それは何ですか? そこは何ですか? Yeah, I was being tricky. Good. Kore would mean what is this? Kore, what is this? Whereas sore wa nan desu ka is what is that? The tricky one was actually are. What is that over there? Would have been that one's meaning. Asanan is moving on up. Moving on up. Alright, number 8. When using a question word, dore or dare, in Japanese, which particle do you need to use? When using a question word, dore dare, in Japanese, which particle do you need to use? Wa, ka, ga, or mo? So desu yo. Is it wa, ka, ga, or mo? When using a question word in Japanese, like dore or dare, which particle do you need to use? Yes, we replace wa with ga. Replace wa with ga. You need to head out, Kitsune Rogue. I hope you feel better if you're feeling bad. But thank you for hopping in. I really appreciate it. I misclicked. See you later, Kitsune Rogue. Mo would be also. Ka is the question marker, which is at the end of a sentence, and it seems like you guys understood that. Whereas wa, we replace the wa with ga. Samkayori, moving on up. Oyasumi, Kitsune-san. Alright, number 9. Translate. Your smartphone is there, next to you. Your smartphone is there, next to you. Asoko wa sumaho desu. Anata no sumaho wa soko desu. Soko sumaho desu anata no. Sumaho wa koko desu. Your smartphone is there, next to you. Asoko wa sumaho desu. Anata no sumaho wa soko desu. Soko sumaho desu anata no. Sumaho wa koko desu. Very good. Sumaho wa koko desu. That would be like right here instead of there. This third one, soko sumaho desu anata no. This one killed me to read. I because of how grammatically wrong it was. But anata no sumaho wa soko desu. Soko. For soko is like there, next to that person. Number 10. Which sentence means Ken is also a Japanese person? Which sentence means Ken is also a Japanese person? Is it Ken-san wa Nihonjin go desu? Is it Ken-san mo Nihonjin desu? Ken-san wa sushi desu ka? Or Ken-san wa Nihonjin desu? Ken is also a Japanese person. Ken-san wa Nihongo desu. Ken-san wa Nihonjin desu. There you go. Sushi desu, lol. Ken-san wa sushi desu. That means you could eat Ken-san. I mean, if you're into that. Ashita mo sushi desu. Atashi mo sushi desu. I am also sushi. Ken-san wa Nihongo desu. That would be like he's the Japanese language. That's a lot of pressure to put on a person. Like, you are the Japanese language. And Samkoyuri back up. Number 11. Translate. This is fish, isn't it? Oh god, that looks so good. Kore mo sakana desu ka? Kore wa sakana desu ka? Kore wa sakana desu ne. Kore wa sakana desu yo. Which one means this is fish, isn't it? Kore mo sakana desu ka? Kore wa sakana desu ka? Kore wa sakana desu ne. Correct. Because of the isn't it, you're looking for agreement. So instead of using ka, we're going to use ne. Kore wa sakana desu ne. We're looking for an agreement. Or a confirmation of something we have a clue on. Wow. Foxes, look at you. True or false? When stating something in Japanese that you are unsure of, you add yo to the end of your sentence. When stating something in Japanese that you are unsure of, you add yo to the end of your to your sentence. When stating something in Japanese that you are unsure of, you add... Okay, you guys got it. When you are sure, you add yo. Like you're very confirmed. Remember, I spelled definitely wrong. Number 13. Type your answer. What is the negative form of des? Type in your answer. What is the negative form of des? This one will take many different answers. Type in your answer. What is the negative form of des? The correct one I was looking for, ja arimasen or janai desu. You could have typed in hiragana ja arimasen or janai desu as well. Some of you just put like janai, which is you did dewa arimasen. I thought I put that in there. That would have been the written form. I was actually focused more on the spoken and this form. So it looks like Foxes, even though you were correct, you kind of skipped out. I wonder if I put Janai. Janai is also correct, but it's also short form, and we have not learned short form yet. This puts Jesse ahead of you. Alright, another puzzle. Put this sentence in order. This watch is not 10,000 yen. This watch is not 10,000 yen. Des. 1,000,000 yen. Janai. Kono tokei wa. Put this in order. This watch is not 10,000 yen. Des. 1,000,000 yen. Janai. Kono tokei wa. You hold me personally responsible. I think I like the puzzles more than the typing ones. Good, we all got it. この時計は1,000,000 yen じゃないです. This watch is not 10,000 yen. Oh, stop it. It does reward answer speed, and I actually personally don't like that. Alright, number 15, the last one. Which sentence means, where's the bank? Which sentence means, where is the bank? 銀行はそこです。銀行はここです。銀行はどこですか? 銀行は高いですね。Which sentence means, where is the bank? 銀行はそこです。銀行はここです。銀行はどこですか? 銀行は高いですね。There we go. 銀行はどこですか? Where is the bank? Alright, so this one was shorter than the first game. So, third place, we have Zeroku. Zeroku, omedetou. Second place, we have Foxes. You kind of got killed from that one question. And number 1. 1番がジェシーさんです。よし皆さん、頑張りました。Fourth place, Asenonics. Fifth place, Koduli. Good job, everybody. 皆さん、GG. GG. The next time we do this will be with Chapter 3. Before we end the stream, I wanted to go over a few things. Let's see. If I go back to the Discord, for those of you just hopping in, if you would like to continue on with the Japanese lesson, exclamation point Discord. And I normally do this at the beginning, but I forgot. In the Discord channel, what? Fox is giving a tiered 1 sub to Cold Lily. Cold Lily, enjoy those tiger emotes, and thank you for the gift 1 sub. Jeshi-san wa, ii atama desu ne? Ii atama desu ne? Atama ga ii. Atama ga ii desu ne. I think it'd be better like atama ga ii. Like they're bright. Arigato, Foxes. What was I doing? Oh yes, in the Discord. If you would like to join with the Japanese lessons, Discord, you just have to agree to the rules, and it will open up these channels to the left. When you select Role Selector, you have the option of the joining in the Japanese lessons. I see 33 of you have accepted this. That's a lot. That will open up these resources here. We're currently on the Japanese 1 part of this. If you click on the Japanese 1 resources, at the very top, you'll see that there's the YouTube playlist for this class. There are 10 sessions as of today. If you click that, it will go to the YouTube playlist, and our previous lessons are all here. We have lessons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Today will be lesson 10. I also wanted to bring up that I've added the chapter 3 document here as well at this point. So if you click here, you'll see a new document for chapter 3. This chapter marks the beginning of when it's probably extremely important that you have memorized, memorize vocabulary. Usually, when I teach this in person, chapter 3 is also the threshold where I start telling people that everything is only in hiragana, katakana. Everything is in only hiragana and katakana. Because we are in an online setting and this is Twitch and we may have new people come in, I'm going to continue using Romanji. But this is also when we start learning kanji. Kodali may remember, like this starting in chapter 3, it was like a complete and utter shock to everybody when I said, okay guys, everything is now in hiragana. And everyone hated it. And then they got to year 2 of Japanese, and they were always making fun of the freshmen who needed hiragana charts to read. Because everyone's like, but the hiragana is so easy. And I would always tell my students, like, you may think kanji is a pain, but it will get to the point where you're like, I need the kanji. And no one believed me until third year of Japanese, and then they're like, we believe you, sensei. Like, it's hard to read without the kanji. It all builds up together, kind of thing. Before we raid out, I'm going to go over to chapter 3 vocabulary. If you guys would like a head start, it will be here on this Quizlet. And these are our new vocabulary words. Study with flashcards again. So here are our words. The first one, eiga. Eiga. Use kanji as a crutch to that's because like kanji carries meaning, whereas hiragana is just a morpheme. It's just the sound. So we have eiga. This is movie. Ongaku. Ongaku. Music. Zashi. Zashi. This is a magazine. Sports. 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 This one's pretty easy. Deito. Deito. Please be aware that this refers to romantic, not calendar dates. Only romantic, not calendar dates. Like, deito shimasu ka? Did you go on a date? Tennis. Tennis. This is tennis. Yeah, now that I said it earlier, that's why I said it wrong. This one, terebi. Terebi. Hold on, that's terebi. Where's my music? Here we go. Here's my music. Terebi for a TV, television. Ice cream. Ice cream. Most of you should know this one just by listening to it. Ice cream. This is ice cream. Hamburger. 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 Undo terebi? Or dobutsu terebi? Animal television? Hanbag sometimes can be shortened for hanbag because it's usually stick with like hanbag steaki for hamburg steak. Osake. Osake. Sake or alcoholic drink. Ocha. Ocha. Green tea. Ocha usually could be used for tea. Ocha tends to be specific for green tea though. Kohi. Kohi. Coffee. Kohi. Like hanbag kind of thing, I guess. Kohi. And then we have mizu. Mizu. For water. Water in water in water, water, water in water in water, water. Mizu in mizu in mizu, mizu. Asagohan. Asagohan. For breakfast. Asa, morning. Gohan for rice. Asagohan, breakfast. This is not like morning Gohan. That's what Videl has in Dragon Ball Z, whatever. Yeah, you know, because, you know, when, like, Gohan wakes up early and he's like, Videl, do you want your Asagohan? Okay, I'm moving on. Hiru Gohan. Hiru Gohan. Hiru for noon and Gohan for rice. This is lunch. Hiru Gohan. Ban Gohan. Ban Gohan. Dinner. Ban, usually for night. Next one. Ie. Ie. Be careful with this one. It's not ie, which means no. It's ie. Kind of pretty quickly. Ie. This is a house. Or a home. Our next one. Uchi. Uchi. This also means house or home, but you usually use uchi for when referring to your own home, kind of thing. Uchi. I think that in this case it may be a different kanji. So we have ie for when you're talking about someone's home, then uchi when you are talking about your own home, kind of thing. Next one, gakko. 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 This is school. Now we've learned like kol for high school, but gakko is school in general. This one, cafe. Cafe. This is actually one of the newer words in for the Genki book. Cafe is cafe, but more than likely you're probably going to hear it as kissaten. 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 This is coffee or cafe also. Kissaten. Shirokuma Cafe. Yes, exactly. Kissaten, cafe or coffee shop as well. Cafe is more borrowed now. It's more common because of foreign influences. But generally you may hear kissaten more often. Especially when it comes to like Japanese schools or like what should we do for our culture festival? And everyone's like kissaten. Everyone wants to do a cafe. Next one, ashita. Ashita. This is not black clover and we're talking about asta. This is ashita, tomorrow. Ashita mañana. Yeah, that does work. Then kyo. Kyo. Now this is where I have to remind you guys. The small yo here, if you say kiyo, that's a different word. This is one syllable. Kyo. This is today. Kyo. Similar to like how in English, a lot of people are like Tokyo, and it just kills me. It's Tokyo. That's one syllable. Tokyo. Then we have asa. Asa, which means morning. Konban. Konban, which means tonight. There are other words that you can use to say tonight also, like konya, but for the sake of vocabulary, we'll learn konban for now. For tonight or this evening. Mainichi. Mainichi. This is every day. Mainichi. Maiban. Maiban. Ban being night. This is every night. Maiban. Shumatsu. Shumatsu. This is not shoemaster. Shumatsu. This is the weekend. Then we have doyobi. Doyobi. This is Saturday. And we some of you may have learned that yesterday from Hitsuneko. Doyobi. Nichiyobi. Nichiyobi. Sunday. We'll actually learn the other days of the week later. Then we have itsu. Its. Or itsu. Its. This is how you say when in Japanese. Its. Itsu. This one. Goro. Goro. This will always follow a word, usually a number. Probably time. This is like at about. So if I said like ichiji goro, at about 1 o'clock. Ichiji goro. So we're going to be bringing back our time counters again. You got a cute song to remember the days of the week? Put that in the chat in the Discord, by the way. That could be a good resource that we can watch later. Goro for at about. Like ichiji goro, ichiji han goro. Then iku. This is where it's very important that you start memorizing the vocabulary because we now have verbs. Iku, to go. Iku, to go. Kaeru. This is one of the tricky ones. Kaeru. To go back or to return. Kaeru. And honestly, I had a hard time saying this when I was starting Japanese because of the e. I would always say like karu. No. Kaeru. Kaeru. To come back, to go back. Kiku. Kiku. This is to listen, to hear. Be careful with kiku also. Depending on the particle you use, this can turn the word to mean to ask instead. For this unit, we're going to learn it as to listen. To listen. Kiku. Nomu. Nomu. To drink. Nomu. Osake yo nomimasu. Osake yo nomu. Kusuri yo nonda. Hanasu. Hanasu. To speak or to talk. Yomu. Speaking of, thank you. I need that. Sensei ga mizu o nomi. Mizu o nomu. Nomu. Now this is yomu, which is to read. This word, yomu and nomu, would often confuse my students. If they said like, mizu o yomimasu, I'm like, you read water? And they'd be like, no, I used the wrong word. I'm like, yes, you did. Then this one, okiru. Okiru. Which means to wake up. Okiru, to wake up. Taberu. Taberu, to eat. Taberu, tora. Tora wa taite, kitsune o tabemasu ne. Neru. Neru, to sleep. Or to go to sleep. Neru. Then miru. Miru. To look, to see, to look at, to watch. Miru is a very flexible word in Japanese. You can say like, I see my friend, I watch a movie, or I look at something. It's a very flexible word, whereas in English we have to specify. Then we have kuru. This is one of the, I said there are 3 types of verbs in Japanese. We have ru, u, and then the irregular verbs. Kuru is one of the irregular verbs, along with des. Kuru means to come. Kuru means to come. Get your minds out of the gutter. Suru. Suru. And this one's used a lot. Suru, which means to do. Suru, to do. Then we have benkyou suru. This is combining the word benkyou with suru. Benkyou suru. This means to study. Benkyou, study. Suru, to do. To do, study. Benkyou suru, to study. E, which I kind of introduced in today's. E, good. E. Hayai. Hayai. Quickly or early. In this case, we're going to use that as early. Tore sensei wa mieru. Tore sensei o mieru. Amari plus the negative. This is going to be one of the important things we learned in this chapter. Amari plus the negative. Amari plus negative, which means not much. Like, terebi o amari mimasen. I don't watch much television. Terebi o amari mimasen. Amari terebi omimasen. As you can see, like I'm being flexible with the words. Zen zen plus the negative. Zen zen plus the negative. This is not at all. Terebi zen zen terebi omimasen. Zen zen terebi omimasen. I don't watch television at all, kind of thing. The negative, that refers to the verb. We will be learning verb conjugation this chapter, including positive and negative. Then we have taite, taite, which is usually. Taite, hitori de benkyou shimasu. Taite, hitori de benkyou shimasu. Usually. Chotto. Chotto. And chotto is a little. Chotto and skoshi are very similar though, so you could probably use either or. Terebi o amari ni arimasen to yutta ka? Amari... I think you did the wrong verb, is why. Terebi o amari mimasen. For like, to miru, to look, to watch. Terebi o amari mimasen. Or amari terebi o mimasen. Doggy. Next word, tokidoki. 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 This is sometimes. Tokidoki. Then we have yoku. Yoku, which is often. You can use yoku to mean very well, too. Like, yoku dekimashita. You did very good. But in this case, for frequency, yoku would mean often. Yeah, doggo go boof. Soul desu ne. That's right. Let me see. Soul desu ne. Let me see. Or I see. Demo. Demo. But. This is our conjunction. But. Dou desu ka? Dou desu ka? Be careful. I sometimes read this as soul desu ka for some reason. But dou desu ka? How about or how is? Like, if I said, dou desu ka? Like, how are you? Like, Foxy-san, dou desu ka? How are you? Or how about? And then our last one, eh. Eh. This also means yes. Very similar to hi. Go on, kitty. The thing is, eh is more conversational, whereas hi is more rigid. Especially in more, like... How do I say it? It feels more natural for some people to use eh instead of hi. Because, like I said, hi is very, very... It means... They both mean yes, but hi is more rigid, more... I don't want to necessarily say formal, but... Like, you can use both interchangeably, but like I said, eh is more conversational. If someone's like, それは肉ですか? It's like, eh, それは肉です. Kind of thing. Those are the vocabulary words for chapter 3. Be sure to study them. We will be using the verbs on tomorrow's class. I just realized I do have a class tomorrow. Thank you guys for coming in. This was nearly a 2-hour stream. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh no, what is this clip? Itadakimasu? Oh, when was this? Oh, I see what you did there. All right, thank you guys for coming in. Let's find out who are we going to raid out to for next. So let's see. Let's see who is streaming now. Who can we raid out to? Ooh, it looks like Rick is playing Mario Kart. We can have people go in there. That's really the only one to say. We're gonna raid out to Rick. I think he's doing a community Mario Kart night. So, what's our raid message going to be? /raid. Alright, we got it correct. You guys are welcome. I hope you guys have been enjoying the Japanese lessons. Tomorrow's lesson will be session 11. We will be starting chapter 3, lesson 1. We'll be focusing on verb conjugation next. Raid message is going to be raid from the Tiger's Den. And use whatever heart emotes that you guys have available to you here. So, where are my emotes? There we go. So this could be our raid message right here. Raid from the Tiger's Den. Because I'm being very, very boring with my raid message. Thank you guys again. I hope you guys have had a good time. I'll catch everybody later. I need to lie down at this point. Bye everybody. See you next time.
Whoa, Jack. Coming in with 11 floofers. Thank you for the